Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of The Human Side of Marketing. I'm your co-host, Chris Angel, here with your host, Kurt Stockwell. What's up, Kurt?
Hey, Chris.
Great to see you.
How was your summer?
Listen, I am more and more not liking the snow. So that the sun is here and it's hot, and it's like, I love it. I could just live outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good.
So,
Good.
yes.
I definitely appreciate seasons. So one of the reasons I live in Spokane is by the end of the summer, I'm like, okay, heat was good. I enjoyed the heat. I'm ready for fall. And then I'm ready for snow. And so that's what I love about Spokane.
That's good. Yeah. Well, you definitely get down here
seasons.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All the seasons.
What are we talking about today?
Well, I saw a quote the other day, and I thought it would spur a nice little conversation with Chris Angel. So the quote that I saw was the best time to fix your marketing was 2 years ago. The second best time is now. And where that came from was as we got into this whole quarantine, it would have been better for you to have had 2 years of ramping up to a strategy to deal with what's happening right now. Right.
Yeah.
Of course, hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
But if you didn't make that happen, well, now what? Well, now's the right time to start.
Yeah.
Right. So the second best time to start your message is now. So anyway, it just got me thinking about the fact that I think there's a mindset that sometimes we have in life, and even just, outside of marketing in life, like, I missed my opportunity. It's too late. I can't, it's too late to try to do this or too late to try to do that. And I was talking with a friend the other day whose son is in his late 20s, and she was saying that he's made some poor life choices and hasn't done what he should be doing. And he told her, like, it's too late. I'm too old. I was like, you're in your late 30s, dude. You've got decades left.
I know, right? I didn't know what I wanted to do until I was like late 20s. I didn't even know really what I wanted to do until I was like 40.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, our business had a 9-year birthday, 9-year anniversary a couple months ago. And I didn't start the career that I'm in now. I did not start until I was 38, I think.
Yeah.
And prior to that, I had never done I'd never even been in marketing.
Right.
I had just dabbled around with graphic design and things like that. And so my 38-year-old brain, I do remember thinking this, like, man, is it too late?
Right. Yeah.
And now I'm 46. And I feel like, man, I can't wait for the next 10 years. I'm going to crush it.
I had this in the last recession, in the Great Recession. My background's real estate. So I always felt like, man, if I were going to really grow my wealth, it would be by investing in real estate. But you want to buy real estate when everything's dipped, right, in value. So, but I didn't have the means to do that in 2008, 2010. And I remember going through that whole several year cycle going like, man, I'm missing a massive opportunity here. And it's like, it's exposing a mindset that I thought that there is only this moment. Like, you only get one shot. You only get like this, like, opportunity will never happen. And that's not accurate, right? That's a trick your brain plays on you. That's not actually how life works. There's always opportunity.
Right. And so I think that this message is very important now because of some individuals who have gone through the whole quarantine circumstance could have decimated their career, and they're thinking it's over, or they did not have their act together to market their product or service in a way that was sustainable, and they're thinking it's over. Or they're like, I've always wanted to kind of do this next thing, but the time is never right. And I should have done it 2 years ago and I missed my opportunity. No, it's not true. Yeah. The second best time to do that is right now.
I think that there's a massive gift in this wacky year we're having, in that it's, like I said, it's really exposing. Some people were writing on old patterns, old habits. They were creating success through hustle and grind. And all of a sudden you weren't able to hustle and grind like you used to. Like, so how you generated leads, made money, did whatever has come to a screeching halt. And it's forcing you to look. You can look at it a couple ways. You can be like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. And my income completely tanked. I might have to close my doors. Or you could start to look for, like, if we go back to last episode where we're talking about how do you listen to understand, how do you make your business relevant right now? Yeah. And from that place, not from the old place, but from this new place, because you have to think with new mindset, from this new place, right? How do I now create marketing that would resonate with people?
Right.
Could be the best thing that ever happened to you, because there was a shelf life on the way you were doing it before, but now you get to shift, like you said last time too, like shift happens. So here you go.
Yeah, I think you're so right. And that is going to be such a blessing for a lot of businesses through this time, is the shelf, that thing that was that their business and the thing that they were hinging their business on did have a shelf life. And it was probably kind of rotten and stinky. Yeah. And it forced them to throw it in the trash, you know? Or maybe you're through this time, you're like, hey, we made it through by the skin of our teeth. And our process through duct tape and baling wire worked.
Right.
But now that we're through this, let's just kind of see if we can keep limping along and doing it the way that we've always done it and cross our fingers.
Right.
You know, and the reason why they're not changing is because the fear of, can I change this? Can I do this? Yes, you can.
Yeah, that's the existential, like, you know, personal development question of all time. Like, you know, in the hero's journey, which you talk about often, like the hero always comes to a moment where, like, do I have what it takes? Can I do this? And you're right. Like, congratulations, you're in this life school for 80 to 100 years. Like, and this won't be the last time that you're going to ask yourself, oh, do I have what it takes to make this happen? Like, you don't get just one of those. You could be 28, like your friend's son who's 28. Like, you have that moment to see if you have what it takes. And then you'll get another moment to see if you have what it takes. And then you'll get another.
Yep.
And if you keep answering the call, if you keep expanding, what happens is when you expand, then you're in new territory and you get another opportunity to see if you have what it takes. And then you expand again and you get another opportunity to see if you have what it takes to go beyond that.
Yeah.
Or you could just live in this tiny little box and you missed an opportunity. And you missed an opportunity and you just keep missing it because you're too afraid to step out and get beyond where you're comfortable or what is known. You're too afraid to step into the unknown.
Yeah. And I think that this process is like any sort of, you know, of exercise or of what do they call it? Your muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a muscle memory thing, but when you do have, you know, you talk to a guy or gal that's been in business for years, decades, and they look back on, like, I remember this and I remember this pitfall and I remember this valley and I remember this time when I couldn't see, you know, I was not on the mountaintop, I was down in the valley and I learned this and I learned this and I learned this. And by the time that they're in their late 40s, 50s, 60s, they go into those valleys and go, here we go again. I know what to do because the muscle memory of working through it last time gave me the confidence that I can get this done.
Yeah.
And that this is an opportunity for me to be a better person and a better company.
Yeah.
Right. And so shying away from opportunities to make that next thing happen in your business and going, well, I missed it, I should have done it 2 years ago. Having that mindset never gives you the opportunity to flex that muscle and get that muscle memory.
Yeah.
So then the next time it happens, because it will, you know, I just said I'm so excited for the next 10 years and I've got this plan for the next 10 years and it probably most likely 100% probably will not go to plan as I think it. But it never does. Right. Never does. But learning what I learned, you know, back during the recession and trying to start a business in the recession and now where we are 10 years, 9 years later, I know that flexing and growing and opportunities that disaster is sometimes an opportunity. Most of the time it's an opportunity. And looking at the mindset of, you know, my business needs to make this shift and I'm too nervous to do it. That's a big opportunity to grow. And the thing is, most of your competitors are probably having the same mindset as you and not growing,
Yeah.
or not wanting to make a change, or not wanting to make a shift. And you have an opportunity to excel and exceed your potential.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so big, because one of my favorite books is Good to Great from Jim Collins.
Yeah.
And he talks about preserving the core. Actually, I think that was built to last, but preserving the core and stimulating progress. And the companies that he studied had this ability to preserve the identity of who they are. They're like, this is who I am. So that part doesn't change.
Yeah.
Right. Whether I was 28 or I'm 68, who I am is who I am. That doesn't change. But
Yeah.
how who I am shifts with the market of the moment, that stimulates progress. And then he, it was great because you could see examples like Blockbuster, who was so stuck in who they were that they couldn't shift.
Yeah.
They couldn't fix their marketing, right? To use the thing that you're talking about here, like the best time to fix your marketing was 2 years ago, but the second best time to fix your marketing is right now.
Right.
But if you're still clinging to, no, this is who I am. I don't do that. I don't have those kind of conversations. I don't do that kind of marketing. I don't want that kind of website, whatever. Like if you're so stuck in that's not what I am, you might become obsolete or irrelevant, extinct.
Yeah.
The flip side of it was in that book, right? He also looked at comparison companies where all they did was stimulate progress. So they were just always chasing trends, but had no sense of who they were. So they're always fixing their marketing. Like, I'm going to fix it here, and I'm going to fix it here, and I'm going to fix it here. And so there is this balance, which I love. This is, I think, what gives people certainty in the moment is like, I know who I am. And I also know that there's an opportunity here if I'm open.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I know that on the other side of that Blockbuster story is a company called Netflix.
Right.
And I know that Netflix came to Blockbuster, and the guy that started Netflix came to Blockbuster and said, hey, I got this idea.
Mm-hmm.
And the Blockbuster guy went, that's dumb.
Yeah.
And probably 2 years later, 3, whatever, the Blockbuster dude probably went, oh, maybe there's something there.
Yep.
And who knows? I mean, maybe if they would have shifted,
right,
rather than the mindset of we're already stuck in what we do, maybe Blockbuster could have been Netflix's biggest competitor. Who knows?
And Netflix has shifted, by the way, to move from CD delivery to now having to then having movies on their thing, to then having shows, to then like doing Netflix originals, like
Tiger King.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tiger King.
So Tiger King, that's the title of this message, Tiger King.
Yeah. That's so funny.
But I think that my big encouragement for people, and the reason why I wanted to have this conversation is, where do you start related to, especially with your messaging? Some people might be coming out of this quarantine and this hit to their business or their industry or the economy and go, we don't have the funds to put towards a gigantic campaign or gigantic shift in our messaging or our marketing. Then I would just say, let's just start having a conversation about mindset, about how you deliver your message to your customer. And let's just start there. Let's just start. I mean, because really what I tell people when I take them through a lot of times the story brand process is, initially what we're going to do is we're going to challenge your mindset about how you talk about your products or services. Once you have your mindset solidified as to the important things, then we can start knocking off some of the actual deliverables, but having a conversation about a mindset shift is a lot less expensive than a $25,000 website, right?
Right.
But it starts.
Thank you for that. Thanks for having the conversation with me up front before I. So I could figure out what that was first before.
Yeah, exactly. So that conversation is, it's kind of one of those things where what is it? A 1,000-mile journey starts with a single step, or something. I'm sure I'm butchering that quote, but it starts with a single step, and another thing too is I think that when people are wanting to shift or make a change or update something, or in this conversation, fix their marketing, they get overwhelmed with social media website, email campaign, this next big algorithm that's going to fix everything with a click of a button. All you have to do is subscribe, and they just start to get it's this burden that they're carrying. And really the only way out of that is just to kind of start walking towards clarity. And that starts with a conversation.
Yeah. So good. If people want to have that conversation and book it, how do they find you?
Yeah, they can visit me at clarifymymarketing.com. I've got a calendar tool there. You can just schedule the time to talk.
Perfect.
Free. Let's just talk. Let's just talk about where you feel stuck, where you feel that burden. And then also you can go to welldressedwalrus.com or WD Walrus on any of the social networks, or search the human side of marketing.
There you go. Love it.
Yeah.
All kinds of ways to stay connected.
And give us a 5-star review. That always helps.
There you go. It does help. Awesome, Kurt. Well, thanks again for bringing humanness to marketing and business. I love it every time. It's always good. It's always good. If you guys listening to this can think of other businesses in your life who would benefit from some more humanness in their business, feel free to share this podcast, or however you're consuming this. Feel free to share a link with them as well. Kurt, thanks again. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks, Chris.